The Paul W. Smith Show, News Talk 760, WJR.
Good Monday morning to you. It's October 19th, the 293rd day of 2020. There are 73 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. I do hope you had a great weekend. And now you're raring to go as we go headlong into this Monday. Rich Luzinski is in. It's always good to have Rich. He generally brings along a bag of tricks with him. I'm not putting pressure on him. But he generally brings along a bag of tricks. Here in for Dana with our WJR traffic and weather first. Dick Hafner is in the WJR studios as well, in the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building. Dick, nice to see you as always, sir.
I don't have a bag of tricks. I'm just an old bag.
Well, you old bag of bones, you. We have Brian Morton is back from his vacation. Always nice to have Brian here, and I know he's thrilled to be back as well. And Kim checking in already has sent a bunch of stuff I've printed up, and the one and only executive producer running the show by the clock, and you can actually see the clock first thing in the morning if you happen to tune in on the social media, WJR's Facebook page. We give you the audio and the video, if you will. Of course, our executive producer, Ann Thomas.
Good morning, Deb. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you. Paul W. and Dick and Rich talk about what went on over the weekend and what's going on in the news. There's a new little crawl there.
I got left out. Oh, no, I'm in there.
You see that?
I see it. Yeah, that's very nice.
So this is what has happened in our worlds now, because no matter what's going on the screen, they know that our attention is not that long. So we always have to promote either what we're doing or what we're going to be doing. There's never just a picture on television anymore of the news. There's always something running at the bottom or added to it. I don't know why that ever happened, but again, it's because we don't have the apparently the attention.
The need for visual activity.
I guess. Hey, this day in 1977, the supersonic Concorde made its first landing in New York City. I can't believe that it just didn't make financial sense for somebody to pick up the Concorde. That was an incredible experience and plane, and yet apparently it didn't make sense. It didn't make financial sense, or somebody would have made another one. I mean, that's the way it works.
I think you're right.
Didn't they have a couple of bad crashes that gave them?
I think the crashes didn't help.
Well, the crashes didn't help. There weren't too many of them. There might have been two. I remember.
There were too many. That sunk the Concorde.
Yeah, that was too many. Speaking of sinking, have you seen the latest about the plan to retrieve radio from the Titanic? They want to retrieve the Titanic's radio, which has sparked debate over whether the famous shipwreck still holds human remains. People have been diving to the Titanic's wreck for 35 years. No one has ever found human remains, according to the company that owns the salvage rights. How about that? How do you come to own the salvage rights, I wonder, like that?
Good question. I don't know. Yeah, it is interesting.
But now they've sparked debate. Could the world's most famous shipwreck still hold remains of passengers and crew who died a century ago? And what are they going to do about that? Oh, the things we think about and even argue about. There's no arguing here at 542 on WJR.
This report is sponsored by SafeExcavator.com. Call or click 811 before you dig. There's a lot of stuff underground you can't see, and every few minutes somebody digs into a line, pipe, cable, or wire. Don't be that person. Call or click 811 before you dig and visit SafeExcavator.com.
And this is what you don't have to worry about or argue about, our traffic and weather first on WJR. and Rich Luzinski.
WJR Traffic First is also sponsored by the Metro Detroit chapter of Sheet Metal and Air Conditioning Contractors National Association, SMACNA. SMACNA contractors fabricate, install, and service heating and cooling ventilation systems, build metal roofing, and much more for your commercial, industrial, public, or residential project. They take all the necessary precautions, getting the job done right and on time. Hire Detroit's best. Visit smacnad.org. Roadways are fairly quiet at the moment. You're down to one lane on 7 Mile in both directions between West Outer Drive and Wyoming Street for construction. And expect delays on I-75 northbound between I-94 and Clay Street. Roadwork blocks your left lane until the end of the month. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Guernsey Farms Dairy. Guernsey's newly remodeled restaurant is now open for carryout, and their dining room is open for dinner only Friday through Sunday, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Enjoy great food, drinks, and laughs. Then visit their ice cream parlor and store for Guernsey's award-winning ice cream, milk, and lemonade. For more info, visit GuernseyFarmsDairy.com. And also by Operating Engineers 324. Operating Engineers 324 run the heavy equipment that's building Michigan's roads. Remember to slow down and pay attention in work zones for the workers' safety and yours. 0324. We build, we operate, we maintain. Visit 0324.org. Here's your forecast.
A lot of cloud in here on a Monday morning and showers scattered around the area. Occasionally some light rain at times. Temperatures today cool, 47. Overnight tonight, a few showers, 38. Tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy, 53. Now to the north overnight tonight, maybe some wet snowflakes. From a Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stedgick on News Talk 760 WJR.
All righty, it is almost 5:45, and the guy who's with us, entertaining us, informing us from noon to 3 on News Talk 760 WJR, Rush Limbaugh stopped by in the morning just to say hi as well. Rush?
At the end of the Senate Judiciary Confirmation hearings for Amy Coney Barrett, Republican Chairman Lindsey Graham and the ranking member Dianne Feinstein shared a hallmark moment. Di-Fi praised Graham for conducting fair hearings with good back-and-forth exchanges. She said that it made her hopeful that they might be able to come up with good bipartisan legislation that would make our great nation even better. And then she gave Lindsey a quick hug. Well, that's all it took, folks. Liberals erupted in a five-alarm hissy fit. A Democrat strategist said, "Excuse me while I go punch a hole in the wall." The leftist dark money group Demand Justice immediately called for Senator Feinstein to resign from the committee. They said if she won't go quietly, her fellow Democrats ought to stage an intervention and throw her out. Lawrence Tribe, leftist Harvard professor Norm Ornstein from The Atlantic magazine, joined Obama leftovers in calling for her resignation. They don't want her put out to pasture, folks. They want her sent to the glue factory now. Now, when Di-Fi helped orchestrate the smear campaign against Brett Kavanaugh, she was a hero. Now she's a zero with horns. All this over a short, gracious comment and a hug. Just imagine what these people would do if Di-Fi had actually given Lindsey a kiss. Ooh, yeah, that would be tough.
Rush Limbaugh, noon to 3 today, right here on WJR. Oh, Rush. Well, I guess Jill Biden, Ivanka Trump, headlining the next visits to Michigan, or did they come already? I think they're coming this week.
I think it's this week, Tom. Looks to me like there's a breaking news out of California. It's very interesting. A suspect is barricaded on the Paramount Studios lot. And I guess the suspect has been there since 1 o'clock this morning. Huge police presence. He's barricaded himself a building at Paramount Studios. How did he get into the building?
Don't know. I don't think very many people have been in there lately.
Right.
Wow.
I don't know.
Unless he's got access to the building somehow, like he's a big name or something.
It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
People have been trying to break into that studio for a long time and get a role. I had a story I was carrying around, and now I can't find it.
No way.
Of some guy, I think it was in Great Britain, or I'm not sure where it was, but he was accused of wrongdoing. And when he came through the airport, they discovered that he had cash He was holding it between his butt cheeks, which I thought would lead Dick to say, I'm glad the police cracked that case. I almost couldn't sleep last night. I was so excited about setting up that softball for Dick. It's my job here, and I can't find it. So, Dick, I apologize.
You said that it was cracked that he had?
What's that?
It was cracked that he had? Is that what you said?
No, he just had the crack that God gave him, but he was hiding cash there.
Oh, it was cash. Okay.
It was cash that was there, and yes, the good police work cracked that case. Anyway, so I can't find the story, but at least we got to the most important part.
You got to the punchline.
Yeah, it doesn't much matter what the real story was. We just needed to get the punchline. Who here has ever tasted Tab?
I used to love it.
Oh,
all
my
through
goodness.
college.
I remember it.
I remember it. I tasted it.
I still remember it.
Yeah,
it was terrible.
It was a terrible taste in my mouth. And yet, Anne represents the billions and billions of women worldwide, apparently. And Rich is probably too young to remember Tab. But anyway, it's going away. And
you're hearing the Paul W. Smith Show.
Upset.
News Talk 760 WJR.
5:49 at News Talk 760 WJR. We're just talking about Tab going away, the soft drink that Coca-Cola came out. It was their first diet cola, if you will. 6 decades it's been around. But because they have Diet Coke and zero sugar and everything else that Coke has, they have felt that they don't need Tab anymore. Au contraire, said the millions of people who were still drinking it, but apparently not enough drinking it for them to keep making it. And Anne remembers Tab and loved it.
I did.
But
I do remember it.
You haven't had it in a long time.
Not in a long time. Probably not
Awful.
since college.
Not since college, yeah. Dick and I remember it.
I
didn't know it was still there.
They still made it. Yeah.
I didn't believe. And Kim is saying, Tab, you bet, in my 20s,
yes, in
college, and a few years after, but not since then.
Yes, exactly.
I remember the heavy saccharin taste.
Yes.
Yeah, it was not good. To me, it was not good.
Oh, it was awful.
And
how are Diet Coke sales overall? Diet Pop sales, I should say, because it's not good for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always said that it was not good. If you're going to drink soda and you probably pop, you probably shouldn't because it's all sugar. But if you're going to drink it, drink the real thing. Just don't. Let's face it. We've all heard of people who don't drink coffee, for example, and drink Coca-Cola or Pepsi. It never mattered to me in the airplane when they said Coke or Pepsi. I said, I don't care, whatever you've got. Now they only have one because of good salesmen and getting the contract exclusively. But whatever, it never mattered to me, but it does matter to people who like their Coke and Pepsi. And you hear about people drinking 5 or 6 of them a day. That can't lead to good things. Now, I had a story here that Kim followed up on that story I had with the guy with the cash between his butt cheeks. There's another story coming out of India. Now, I saw it here. I really... here it is. Smuggler caught with gold bars hidden up his bum. Now, wait a second. You got to have a really fat bum. I guess it's okay to say bum and not ass. You've got to have a really fat one to put gold bars to hide him there.
Well, that's the Klondike. Wow.
There's gold. I wouldn't want to be in that gold discovery at all. Rich is being very quiet this morning.
I was just trying to contemplate how many carrots you could get up there.
Oh, there we go. How many carrots could you get between your cheeks?
Rich wasn't expecting this kind of a
I
deluge
was
of
gonna say, he's woken up to this.
these types of issues
This is,
coming right out of the chute here. Yes.
Well, we had to go right to him because later we'll have to get serious about who's leading and who's not, and this poll and that poll. How about this was
If we skip that, it'll be here tomorrow.
right.
Unfortunately, you're right, Dick.
We could still do it tomorrow. Hey, you know, I wrote the other day in my column. I've got a Monday column today, and I promote the Goodfellows. That was a great broadcast Friday, don't you think? It really went very well. Dick, you were not here. Rich, you were not
It
here.
was a lot of fun. It was awesome.
I think it helped a lot of people. I hope it did.
That's good.
I write about it in my Monday column in the Detroit News. But the other day, maybe it was last week, I wrote about what else could go wrong with this year. And I mentioned, COVID and racial strife and all these things, and the president and first lady getting COVID, and what else could go wrong? And I said, oh, yeah, the election. But now something else to add to that list. How about this one? The celebrity scientist, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Anybody know that celebrity scientist?
Of course.
All right. Thank you, Stick. The famed astrophysicist said an asteroid with a diameter of the size of a refrigerator could strike Earth the day before the November election.
Where? Do we know where? Where on Earth?
Oh, I don't see where it is. I don't know.
Washington, D.C.
It should be in Washington, D.C. And then we can say election day. We say, hey, nothing to vote for. Let's go get a beer. NASA had previously identified the asteroid rocketing toward Earth, but put its chances of actually striking at less than 1%. So he says, this Neil guy says, that the flying object is nothing to lose sleep over since, quote, it's not big enough to cause harm. Wait a second. It's the size of a refrigerator. I promise you, Neil, if it hits you, it's going to cause harm.
Yeah.
But it's not going to knock us off our axis, as has apparently happened in the past. Nothing to worry about here, folks. Move along. Fleetwood Mac's Rumors returns to Billboard's top 10 42 years later. Is this because of the guy is singing the soundtrack of that album while he's skateboarding and drinking the ocean spray? I think it is. Remember the guy on the skateboard?
Right.
Chug-a-lugging, like everyone drinks it right out of the bottle. Anyway, so it's driven the song back into the Billboard 200 top 10 42 years after it first came out. So expect to see lots of people featuring their favorite music going down the street on
They
their
give them some tab, that'll bring it back.
Yeah, that's they bring back the tab.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Ooh, Chicago ranked the rattiest city in America for the 6th year running. Okay, it is
Chicago, the city that doesn't work.
5:57 at WJ.
I thought I'd say that.
This report is sponsored by SafeExcavator.com. Call or click 811 before you dig. There's a lot of stuff underground you can't see, and every few minutes somebody digs into a line, pipe, cable, or wire. Don't be that person. Call or click 811 before you dig and visit SafeExcavator.com.
WJR Traffic and Weather First. Rich Luzinski is in.
WJR Traffic First is sponsored by North Bloomfield Properties. Looking for a place to call home? Let North Bloomfield Properties find the best place for you and your family. They also provide pre-screened quality tenants to their property owners. They love to match good people to good homes. Contact them today, northbloomfield.com. You're down to one lane on 7 Mile in both directions between West Outer Drive and Wyoming Street for construction, and expect delays on I-75 northbound between I-94 and Clay Street. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Gordon Chevrolet. Gordon Chevrolet, where not only do you pick your payment, but now pick your program. Need to pull ahead your lease? Do you need GM employee pricing? or a low payment with zero interest? Let Gordon Chevrolet help you find it on Ford Road, just west of Merriman and Garden City. GordonChevrolet.com. Gordon Chevrolet, find new roads. Cloudy, 43 degrees. I'm Rich Flesinski, WJR News in 2 minutes.
Well, good job, Rich. None of us look like what we think we're going to look like. When people hear our voices for years and then they see us, and that goes for those of us in radio. I hear somebody on the radio for years and then I meet him and I go, wow, they don't look at all like I thought they would look. So people are seeing you, Rich, again, but they don't get to see you very often. And, of course, seeing the rest of the gang. Thanks for our Paul's pals, if you will, the guys and gals who come in and are on with us during these breaks behind the scenes. So you see how things kind of work, which is kind of fun.
Don wants to know if you're a paid spokesman for Coke.
No, I wish I were, though.
That's what I was going to say.
I happily would be. Yeah, but it's not really great news for Coke. It's the fact that they're dropping tab is upsetting people, but apparently not enough people for them to keep making the tab.
You guys are right too. I mean, the taste is
it was horrible. I don't
know why we drank it. Like maybe it was
the only thing you had that was low calorie at the time. It was the first diet pop.
Okay.
So women have always been pushed to dieting and to being skinny, and anything you could do to take in fewer calories. I mean, this has been that's 60 years it was around. We were pushing at women to be skinny for, I didn't know it was that long, but 60 years apparently. They came out with it then thinking it would sell, and it did.
It was probably really bad for you.
Well, if diet pop is bad for you, which I believe it is, that must have been really bad for you.
Really bad
for you. I like to think, and I'm afraid this isn't true, but I like to think when people come out with other products, new products, that they are looking at the whole spectrum of health, and is it better for you? Are there fewer bad chemicals in it? And I'm not so sure that that's the case like I would have always thought it would be. But I always thought that stuff coming into this country was fully checked out by the FDA and everybody else to be safe. But we've already found that things have come into this country that were not particularly safe, because there's like 5 people in charge of checking out 5 million products coming into the country. So they miss a few things. Just a few.
You got to finish telling us what you got at Costco. Was it a huge shop?
I couldn't believe they're still having people with a run on stuff. And I heard the conversation. I was there to get a variety of things, including toilet paper, because I always get my toilet paper. I didn't want like several packages. I wanted one package of toilet paper. I love the extra soft Kleenex brand Kleenex, and paper towels. I don't know what Brawny, or I don't know what it is, but 3 women were standing talking to a poor woman who was stocking stuff. Where are the paper towels? We don't have any. What? Well, when will you get them again? Well, I got them yesterday, and they were sold out yesterday, which is incredible because, we're talking, Costco doesn't have a few paper towels. They have mountains
of paper towel,
mountains of toilet paper, mountains of all that stuff. So people are still running on the paper towels. Luckily, there was toilet paper, no problem, and there was the Kleenex and dinner napkins. By the way, I like those dinner napkins. I don't like the little napkins. There's no use for those. Just get the dinner size napkins and use them. So I was able to get some of those. And then I always get, at the end of the visit, I get a roasted chicken. Although this time I got some chicken salad.
Oh, that's really good there.
Really good.
Oh,
I like Kim's Love Soup way better than anybody's soup. But since she's not making it here right now, I was going to pick up soup, but they didn't have any soup. Usually chicken noodle soup, they didn't have any. I picked up a few bottles of wine. I know I haven't gotten to your cost.
I'm waiting on the Lysol wipes. Did you?
I could go and get a couple of different kind of antibacterial things that I hope that they're good. I hope they're legitimate. I do trust Costco to have good things. I do believe they have certain standards and things have to live to those standards. So I got some hand soap and some wipes that I've never heard of before, but they kill 99.9% of the germs, or so they say. Maybe I can run and go get them. Talk amongst yourselves.
Rich, are you a Costco shopper too?
They got great cheesecake. You know those cheesecake samplers?
Oh, right. Yeah.
I love those. You can get all sorts of, you get the caramel, you get the strawberry, you get the cherry. Oh, they're great. The peanut butter. They all come in like a 12, I think it's like a 12-piece sampler. Oh, that's heaven.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
They got great desserts.
They do. Are they making their cakes? Are they back to making the sheet cakes again? Do we know?
Good question. I don't know.
Because remember during the coronavirus, the early on in the pandemic, they'd stopped making them for a while.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, that cake is the best cake ever.
Oh yeah.
Which cake?
Costco
cake, just plain old cake.
Mm-hmm. Their desserts are awesome.
Yeah, the desserts, they do look fabulous, but check them, make sure they don't have anything partially hydrogenated in them.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
I did notice, how did I forget this? I did notice, I should have brought it. It's maybe the largest size vodka I've ever seen. After I read that this vodka from Costco, Kirkland brand, is actually made, well, I guess legally you have to say, in the same factory that makes a Grey Goose, which is about $30 more a bottle. So it's really Grey Goose as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, and I got a selection of bourbons. I'm not as big a bourbon drinker, but I might have some of that with a cigar. But I've never heard of this, and frankly, I still don't even see the name of a company that would make me know who they are. It's for household use. It's good on stainless steel, glass, painted surfaces, and electronics, but do not use as a baby wipe. And do not flush.
They're honest
about not flushing.
I think that's tab.
That's tab. Do not flush. So this is never seen these before.
Caustic.
Bacteriostatic. I've never even heard that expression. All clear sanitizing wipes for household use. Bacteriostatic, and they put an explanation, noun, to inhibit the further growth of bacteria. Kills 99.99% of bacteria. I hope that, so it will...
Does it kill viruses too?
It doesn't say that.
Uh-oh.
Makes your hair stand up, though.
Yeah. Thank you. And then I get this, just as
some of that.
More hand wash, which again, they're like going to the no plan with just to have them, I guess.
The Paul W. Smith Show, News Talk 760, WJR.
Good Monday morning to you. It is the 19th of October, the 293rd day of 2020. There are 73 days left in the year. Thought the rooster was on strike. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. I hope you had a great weekend with whatever you did or didn't do, and you're ready to hit the ground running as we are here on the Paul W. Smith Show at WJR with our Paul W. Smith Show What's Happening Roundtable. Dick Hafner back from doing the news, our WJR news director. He's in his news booth. So you get to see where he actually does the news. Now he's back from home. I see the company sent out a message saying that news directors, other 2 or 3 other positions are allowed to go back to the radio station. So Dick, you apparently knew that and took advantage of it. The rest of us will not be going back probably until sometime in the first quarter of the new year. Of according to what I saw. Rich Luzinski is in and always doing a nice job.
Thank you.
I don't remember the last time you were here for Dana, but you did a nice job. I do have to ask what that thing is over your right shoulder to my left.
Oh, my mummy.
Yeah, I was afraid that kind of was what that looked like.
We're getting into the Halloween spirit here.
A mummy in dire needs of going to the dentist. What I can see there. Brian Morton is
Just a mummy's boy.
He's a mummy's boy. Thank you, Dick. He's a mummy's boy. Okay. Brian Morton is back there in the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building. We're now outnumbered, Ann. There are only two of us doing it from home. Well, Kim is doing it from home as well. So my sweet Kim helping out as she does. And Ann keeping track of the show, running it by the clock as our executive producer.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you. It just occurred to me that it's 3-3 at this point. Brian, Dick, and Rich are in the Golden Tower. You, me, and Kim are not. And I'm going to be out through the first of the year and through the first quarter. It's just, frankly, it's easier. And people say, well, what about the camaraderie? We're not all together when we're in the studios. Dick's off in one area. And I talk to him when we talk on the air. I don't talk to him like run around the building and go say, hey, Dick, how's it going this morning? I speak to him on the air. And you're across from me through double pane glass, and we communicate through the intercom system. And so, and Rich, you're not usually around, but Dana is also off to another area when we're all together. So we're more all together like this.
Busy working.
Because of there's
no time for
we're all busy working, and but we're all busier together with a chance to talk during the breaks when you're off doing the news, Dick, or when there's something commercials running. We have a chance to talk through the social media more so than any other way.
60-second conversations.
Aren't those the best? Today is National Seafood Bisque Day. I love the Joe Muir's.
Oh, me too.
Clam chowder.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I love clam. I love the New England, the white New England clam chowder. I've never been a big fan of the Manhattan clam chowder, but I am a fan of Joe Muir Seafood's New England chowder. One of the best anywhere. So, but seafood bisque, I'm sure is very good too, and a lot of people like that out at Capitol Grill, isn't it? Lobster bisque.
Lobster bisque, yeah.
That is maybe on the edge of too rich for me. Maybe. I'm sure I love it, but if I can choose, I go with the creamy clam chowder. So, what about you guys?
I'm with you, Jeb. All the way.
Oh, no. Is the chowder that you get at Joe Muir's, is that the same as the Cruisenbeer chowder, the James Beard clam chowder?
I don't know that, but I know that there's a family connection, but they're not connected anymore with ownership. And Dick is saying it's not the same. And Kim was saying, don't forget Capitol Grill's lobster bisque. I think I already said that, didn't I? Yeah. Just said we think alike, she and I. So she was sending me that telepathically. But no, Cruise and Muir is a fine restaurant as well. But the first restaurant that had his name in it, now it was in Toledo, Ohio. What the heck name am I thinking of? Joe? No, I can't remember.
Tony Pacos.
No, that's great. Great hot dogs. You're right. Tony Pacos hot dogs are the best, and I hope they're still around.
They are. I believe they are. I just saw something about them, Doug. Yes.
Speaking of buns, as we were earlier, there's a theme going here with a guy trying to smuggle cash out in between his butt cheeks. I have signed a bun there at Tony Pacos. They have people sign buns and they frame them. I have no idea if my bun is still up on the wall. But anyway, what's the name of the?
Are you thinking of Charlie's Crab?
No, but Chuck. Was it Chuck Muir?
Yes.
Chuck Muir. The first name with the first restaurant with his whole name on it, Chuck Muir's, was in Toledo.
Chuck Muir's.
Chuck Muirs, and he's the one who went sailing and he was lost at sea.
He was lost at sea. Yeah.
Right. So and that was the first one. Chuck Muirs. I remember it. The bread was so good, like all of
their
theirs.
bread was
spectacular. I think you're hungry.
So good. Well, I'm always hungry, but I'm in my jammies because it's TJ Monday. I may be the only one in my jammies. Maybe we let TJ Mondays die a good death. We felt we needed something special every day. Well, this is special.
That mummy that Rich has, he was buried in his jammies.
Yes. It is 6:13 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by SafeExcavator.com. Call or click 811 before you dig. There's a lot of stuff underground you can't see, and every few minutes somebody digs into a line, pipe, cable, or wire. Don't be that person. Call or click 811 before you dig and visit SafeExcavator.com.
Well, we now know those volume levels can be controlled, and thank you for controlling them, Brian, as we check to see what's happening. Our WJR traffic and weather first. In for Dana, it's Rich Luzinski.
WJR Traffic First is sponsored by the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. As we continue to face COVID-19, we're now facing flu season. So to protect us all, let's hit this virus head on. Head on. Get your flu vaccine. Learn more at michigan.gov/flu. A message from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. Road work has been completed ahead of schedule on the Southfield Freeway. All lanes are now open at Michigan Avenue in both directions, and lane restrictions continue on 21 Mile between Shaner and Garfield due to a paving project. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Here's your forecast.
Cold front's trying to get through here and in it. Some chillier air sticking around today. In the 40s this morning. I think we stay in the 40s this afternoon with a few showers scattered around. Today's high 47. Tonight, occasional rain showers 38. Areas to the north, maybe some wet snowflakes. Tuesday, partly to mostly cloudy 53. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stagik on News Talk 760 WJR.
Well, I can tell you this year, we've all been taking action